After the family reunion, I checked my bank account, and the empty balance hit me like a punch. My son-in-law smirked. "We needed it more than you." In that moment, I realized that sometimes the deepest cuts come from the people who share your blood. But what they didn't know was that the real shock was still on its way. The day already felt strange, as if something heavy was hiding in the air. I had barely stepped inside my house when an uneasy feeling pushed me to check my phone. "Let me just check my account," I muttered to myself. Exhaustion, heaviness, and a loud heartbeat. All three were crowding my chest. As soon as the screen lit up, I froze. The balance wasn't just low, it was empty. My eyes widened in disbelief. I refreshed the screen, then again, and again. I thought maybe the app was glitching, but no. It was showing the truth. My bank account was completely wiped clean. Years of savings, effort, and sacrifices, gone. My breath hitched. My lips went dry. My hands started trembling. I stumbled into a chair before my legs gave way. Only one question echoed in my head. How is this possible? I hurriedly opened the transaction history. Long debit entries started scrolling down my screen. One name kept appearing again and again. A name I never thought I needed to doubt. My own family's name. These transactions are from the day after the reunion. My heart sank. They had left my home just hours earlier. The same people who smiled while leaving had emptied my account behind my back. Suddenly, I heard footsteps on my porch. For a moment, I thought I was imagining things. The door creaked open, and my son-in-law walked in. His face carried a smug expression, as if my loss was amusing to him. "Oh, so you finally saw it?" He chuckled. I didn't answer. "We needed the money." He shrugged casually. "And what were you going to do with it anyway?" My breath caught in my throat. It wasn't just disrespect. It was mockery. My fingers went cold, but he kept talking. "Old people don't need money. You barely spend on anything. Maybe a few pills?" His laugh stabbed through me like needles. My daughter stood beside him. Eyes dropped to the floor. She wouldn't look at me, and that hurt even more. I searched her face for guilt, regret, anything, but found only silence, the kind of silence that betrays. Did you both really take everything?" I whispered. My son-in-law scoffed loudly. "Oh, come on, don't make it dramatic." He leaned back as if he owned the place. "It's not like you were using the money." My daughter shifted uncomfortably, but still didn't speak. "Say something," I pleaded. She finally murmured, "Mom, we thought you'd understand." Understand? My world felt like it tilted. They'd stolen from me and expected sympathy. "This is my life savings," I said, holding back tears. "Exactly," he smirked. "And you don't have much life left, do you?" A cold shock ran through my body. The cruelty was so casual. "You've always had more than us," he continued. "Time to share." He put his feet on my coffee table, as if I was no one, as if this was his home. I clenched my hands together tightly. "You could have asked," I whispered. "Asked?" He laughed. "You'd have never given it to us." I stared at him, stunned. "You don't get it," he said. "We need that money. We deserve it." My heart felt heavier with every word he spoke. I turned to my daughter again. "You think you deserve my savings?" She looked away. "We have expenses, Mom. We have kids, bills. It was just easier this way. Easier. For them, harder. Impossibly harder. For me." "I trusted you," I said quietly. "We're family. Families help each other," she replied softly. "Families don't steal," I shot back. My son-in-law rolled his eyes. "Can we wrap up the melodrama?" He stood up and walked closer. Too close. "Listen, the money's gone. Accept it." His tone was final, dominating, cruel. "And if you try anything stupid, remember." He leaned in with a cold grin. "You're old. You don't have much strength left." My hands tightened around my bag. Something inside me snapped. Not in fear, but in resolve. Is that so? I said calmly. He raised a brow. What's that tone? I slowly stood up. My legs trembled, but my voice didn't. If you think I'll just sit here and let you take everything. He laughed loudly again. What are you gonna do? Call the cops? They'll believe us over you. My daughter flinched at that. Enough, she whispered to him, but he ignored her. You should be thanking us, he continued. We're the ones who look after you. You look after my money, I corrected sharply. His smile faded for the first time. Watch your tone. Or what? I asked softly. The room grew still. I reached into my bag. His eyes narrowed suspiciously. What are you doing? My daughter took a step forward. Mom? If you took everything from me, I said, then you won't mind what's coming next. Their expressions changed instantly. Uneasy, confused, nervous. He tried to laugh it off. You're bluffing. Am I? I replied. My hand tightened around something inside the bag. The house suddenly felt too quiet, like the air was waiting, like the walls were listening. He stepped back slightly. Stop fooling around. My daughter whispered, What did you do, Mom? Her voice trembled before I could answer. A loud bang shook the entire house. They both jumped. The windows rattled. Dust fell from the ceiling. What was that? My daughter gasped. My son-in-law looked toward the hallway nervously. His bravado cracked. Did someone just slam the door? Another thud echoed. This time louder, the floor vibrated. My heart raced, not from fear, but from anticipation. My son-in-law stumbled back. Who's in the house? My daughter grabbed my arm. Mom, what did you bring here? I looked toward the hallway, calm as a stone. And then, the front door flew open with a violent crash. The door slammed against the wall with a force that made all three of us jump. A sharp gust of cold air rushed into the living room. My son-in-law's confidence evaporated instantly. Who the hell is here? He shouted, voice cracking. His eyes darted around the room like a cornered animal. My daughter clung to him, trembling. I stood still, watching their panic build. Heavy footsteps echoed from the hallway. Slow, steady, growing louder. Mom, please tell me you called someone. My daughter whispered. I didn't answer. The footsteps stopped just outside the living room. My son-in-law swallowed hard. This is one of your stupid games. A deep voice interrupted him. It's not a game. He froze. The color drained from his face. A tall figure stepped into the room. My lawyer. His presence filled the space with authority. We have a situation, he said calmly. He held a folder in his hand. Thick, heavy, full of evidence. Who are you? My son-in-law stammered. Person who now controls your future, my lawyer replied. He placed the folder on the table. Pictures, bank statements, transaction logs, CCTV screenshots from the reunion. Everything laid out like a trap snapping shut. My daughter gasped, covering her mouth. You had cameras? She whispered. Everywhere, I answered softly. You planned this? My son-in-law barked. No, I corrected. You planned the theft. I planned the response. My lawyer slid papers toward them. You have two choices, he said. Return every cent within 48 hours. Or face full criminal charges. My son-in-law's knees buckled. He grabbed the back of the couch to stay upright. You can't do this, he yelled. She can, my lawyer said firmly, and she already has. My daughter fell to her knees, crying. Mom, please, don't send us to jail. I looked at her, my heart heavy but steady. You didn't think of me when you emptied my life. She cried harder, guilt finally breaking through. My son-in-law lunged toward the table. My lawyer stepped between us. touch anything, and I'll add another charge." The room fell silent again. Only their ragged breathing filled the air. Finally, my son-in-law whispered, defeated, "We'll pay it back. All of it." My lawyer nodded. "You have 48 hours, no delays." They slowly backed toward the door, their arrogance gone, their power gone, their control gone. As the door closed behind them, peace returned to the house. My lawyer turned to me and smiled. "You handled that perfectly." I exhaled, finally free. My ending chosen by me, not by them.